welcome back. I'm not sure what to call today's look. Some of you have been asking for like a tiny bit more of dramatic makeup, so I thought I would play around with a couple of new products that I have, and this is the result. I really like it. I think you guys will too. It's not too complicated at all, and yeah, let's get started. Straight from the skin. Hello there. Starting off by prepping today with Makeup Forever's Step 1 Hydrating Primer. Putting this all over my face, especially in the areas where I'm a little bit more dry, so that's next to my nose and on my cheeks. After that, going in with Tarte's Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I've been putting on this concealer before my foundation as of late, and I really like the outcome. So I'm really warming this concealer up by patting it in with my ring finger and then blending it even more into my skin using a damp mini beauty blender just to get all those harsh lines out of there and blend it out nice and soft. A little bit better than with my finger. After that, I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. And I'm putting this on with a big damp beauty blender using that rounder side. And again, I always say this, but I really take my time blending in the foundation with little padding, little bumps, little bounces into the skin. The more you blend, the more your foundation sinks into your skin and looks like skin. Doesn't get cakey. Now for the eyes, for primer, I'm just using whatever concealer is still on the back of my mini beauty blender, and I am softly patting that all over my eyelid up to the brow bone, and then quickly setting it with a loose powder. You can use really any powder you want, loose, translucent. If it has a little color, go ahead. Just make sure to set that concealer. Starting off with a Birkin eyeshadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is our first crease color of the day. So I am just slowly windshield wiping this in and onto my crease and of my eye, adding that color more and more, building up the vibrancy of the shadow and blending out the edges. Okay. After that, I am now going in with Tinsel from ColourPop. This was a bit more sparkly than I thought, but it really helped in the outcome of the look. So at first I was just putting this all over my lid and up to the crease, but not into it, using a flat brush. And then I wanted to intensify the crease a bit, so I took a bit of Dusty Rose, an eyeshadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and added this right in the middle of that Birkin and of that Tinsel, windshield wiping this into the crease, but applying it a bit heavier on the outside of my eye, and in the inner or the outside V of my eye, just doing little circular strokes, just like that, intensifying it right on the outside. After that, I moved on to my Makeup Forever Artist palette, and I'm taking this middle shadow right there. And I just wanted to set that Tinsel sparkly cream shadow from ColourPop. But since I put this all over that Tinsel, I did want to bring back that sparkle because I absolutely love that little purple sparkle it gave. This Makeup Forever shadow's a bit more on the gray side. So I just applied Tinsel with my finger right to the middle and towards the tear duct of my eye, just bringing a purple sparkle back. Just like that. After that, I'm doing my brows real quick. You know the deal. Hi. And then I'm doing my StarLooks Pro Black Liquid Liner. This is one of my favorite new liquid liners, by the way. It's super easy to control and to create thin or thick lines. And I'm just doing a long, thin, elongated cat eye for today's look. Drawing it out super carefully, attaching to that thin line that I drew above my whole upper lash line, and then filling in that outer V. Like I said, creating a thin but long cat eye. Hi, one of my favorites to wear. Doesn't always need to be thick. After that, I'm applying some Demi Wispies from Ardell, And while those lashes are drying, this is where we're going to leave off the eye just for now. We're going to come back, don't worry. But I need a little bit of highlight, a little bit more cleanup in my life. So I'm taking the ItCosmetics Byebye Under Eye Concealer. First putting it on with a Sephora concealer brush, making a fat little V underneath my eye. So going down the edge of my nose and then connecting and going up, following that cat eye shape. So that's why I call it a fat little V. Nothing too precise because we're going to be blending it out. And then putting whatever is left on the back of my hand down my center of my face, so on my chin, a little bit to the center of my forehead, down the center of my nose, and I have a little redness around my nose, so putting it on the sides there. Now taking that same damp Big Beauty blender from the beginning, and again, blending the shit out of this concealer as well. Take your time, blend out those harsh lines, really make this concealer set into your skin so it's not a big glop of makeup at the end. Press, bounce, but don't swipe. That will just take the makeup right off. And anywhere that I couldn't get that was too close to my eyes with the Big Beauty blender, I always switch to the little one to get right up there and close. Once you have your concealer blended out, set that sucker. So I'm taking my DermaBlend Original Setting Powder. I told you guys on the last tutorial, this is brand new, so I've been trying it out, and now I do know that I really like it. I like it a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I like to set it with my mini beauty blender only underneath my eyes. I lay this whole area on top of my cheekbone alone. I do not set it with powder. And anywhere else on my face that I get a little shiny, I lightly set it with the DermaBlend powder with a fiber brush from Real Techniques. Now moving on to a bit of a highlight, it's Fawn from ChaosMakeup. And I love putting this on an area where I didn't set with powder. A little tiny bit of this golden loose highlight goes a long way. I just want to bring a subtle shimmer to the face just for now, on top of my cheekbones, and a tiny, tiny, tiny bit on the high points of my face. Ta-da! After that, I need some bronze, I need some contour in my life. So I'm taking one of the originals, Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and I'm taking it on a Smith brush and just going in all the regular places, pressing super lightly underneath my cheekbones. After the cheekbones are done, I'm going on my jawline and underneath my chin. Taking my time, as you can see. Hi. Again, super light strokes go a super long way. Pressing too hard is something I had to learn in the beginning. And then finally on my forehead and bringing that down to the temples, attaching it to the cheekbone. You could see from this side of my face to the other side how much of a difference there is. It really does. Subtle, but not so subtle. Contoured. All right. You know I love me a light contour. Now for blush, I didn't want to go too strong, so I'm just taking my BhCosmetics blush palette and using that light peach color, blending from the apples of my cheeks out. Now, to finish up the eye, we are taking that first color, Birkin, that first warm orange brown, sweeping this lightly underneath our lower lash line, intensifying the outside using that dusty rose, the same two colors we started out with, and then blending out with whatever was left on that Birkin brush, just blending out the harsh lines. Now for some bottom mascara, I'm using my Circa mascara, which is my new favorite for doing the bottom lashes. And then I wanted a little bit of a white pearl highlight, so I'm taking this eyeshadow from that Makeup Forever Artist palette, putting it right underneath my eyebrow on top of that eyebrow bone for a slight highlight there, and then taking a more precise pencil brush and putting it all the way around the V of my tear duct. Finishing off with Intoxicating Violet from Charlotte Tilbury, a wonderful sparkly purple eyeliner, and this is the finished eye look. I absolutely love how it looks. This is up close. It's very stunning, but it's not too bold, which I really, really like. Good for day, good for night. Wear it wherever. Now to finish up the face, I am taking So Hollywood highlight from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm popping that right on top where we first put that ChaosMakeup highlight, that Fawn. This is going to make it a little bit more of an intense gold highlight to our face, on top of the cheekbones and down the center of the face to give us a nice golden glow for the day. Hey, you know I live for this shit. Anyways, finishing up the look with some lippies. So I'm taking ColourPop Cosmetic Lip Liner in Oh Snap. I hope you guys heard that snap. It's one of my favorite lip liners of right now. I'm using a lot of favorites today. It's this dusty rose. I would say a dusty rose color. A little bit more of a brown undertone to it than a rose. And then right on top of that, I'm going in with Last Call, which is a smoky light purple from ColourPop, which is one of my go-tos of the moment. Mix these two together and you are finished for the day. Make sure to set your face and do a little posing because you're all good, honey. Hey. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Give me a thumbs up if you want more looks like this, and of course comment below what you thought of the video. Also, what other more makeup looks or hair looks that you would like to see. Got something on my sleeve. But that's about it. I will see you guys next time. I hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of your day and week and month, and I'll see you next time. Peace and love.